Good day my viewers, welcome to my channel. In this tutorial we're going to be working on a full car racing game, and in this part of the tutorial we're going to be working on the racetrack and adding the vehicles to the scene. So the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to download the standard assets. I already have my own over here, so I'm going to leave the link in the description where you guys can download yours from. So under the standard assets we're going to go to the standard assets. Comes with two folders, the standard assets folder and the sample scenes folder. So we click on the sample scenes folder. Under the sample scenes folder we're going to go under the scenes. Under the scenes, I've already created one, but let me show you how to do that. We'll go to car. Okay, don't save. So we're going to car, and under the car we're gonna select this track. Yeah, so now we'll drag the track over here. Okay, yeah, we'll open the profile, then we'll drag it over here. Yeah, after that, since we are done with that, we're gonna drag it to our assets. So now we're going to the access and we'll go back to our scene. Yeah, so on our scene we're gonna drag this into the scene. Yeah, align to 0. Then we want something a little bit bigger, so we're gonna go with 2.5 and 2.5. Sorry, we're not gonna increase it on the y-axis because we don't want the height to be increased. We just want the length and the breadth. Okay, so after that, the next thing we're gonna do is that we're gonna add a terrain. So we're just gonna go to the game object. Okay, I have an old terrain here, so let me just delete it so it won't affect my game. Yeah, so we're gonna go to game object, 3D object, and we're gonna say terrain. Now under the terrain we're gonna align the terrain to the scene, and I'm gonna just move it this way, the y-axis, in the x-axis, and in the z-axis. Yeah, I think it should be okay. Now in the y-axis, that's for the position. We're gonna take it below the track. So let's go with -1. Yeah, I think it's okay for me. So next we're gonna say let's add a player. So let's see how the camera views it. We're gonna start our camera later. For now, let's just this is where our camera is. We're gonna adjust it later, but yeah, so we're gonna add our cars into the track. So we'll go under the standard assets. I'm not gonna be adding the main car. I'm gonna be adding only the AI cars now, because we're gonna work on the AI cars before we work on our cars. So first we're gonna go to the standard assets, then vehicles, car, prefabs, then car waypoints. You drag it into the scene, then I double click to get where it is. Sorry, yeah, I'm getting closer to it. Yeah, so the next thing we're gonna do is that because the center position here is where I want to put our main car. So but we're gonna work on it first before so first things first, we're actually gonna change the body of this car, but that will be in a further tutorial. But for this tutorial we're just gonna work on creating the waypoint of this car and duplicating the car. That's all we're gonna do now. Okay, so now we're gonna look at create the waypoint. So now to create a waypoint, we're gonna create a folder and just create an empty folder, and I'm gonna rename this folder waypoint. Yeah, waypoint. So now another waypoint I'm gonna align the waypoint to the center. Reset. Yeah. So now another waypoint I'm gonna create a 3D object. Okay, let's go with the sphere. Yeah, sphere. I use cube a lot, so we're gonna go with the sphere this round. So we're gonna start one at the base, then we're gonna duplicate it. So now this sphere is made, and you see this is a straight line, so this is not gonna pose any issue to me. Okay, so now we're gonna duplicate it again and move it forward. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm actually making a mistake. I said we want the car to be towards this direction, right? So now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna move this car we're gonna move it to, let's say on the x-axis on the position, we're gonna say let's move it to -5 to give it a little space between the main car. Okay, let's say -6. -6 will give me a better. Let me see it from the camera view. Okay, I can actually view it. Okay, -6. Or let's just take it. Yeah, -6 is okay. No, -7. -7 because I've not added the car, so it's always good to be on the safe side. So -7 is okay for me here. So what we're gonna do next is that our waypoints, we're gonna move it position to -7. Okay, that didn't give me any problem. So now we can start duplicating. So we duplicate this. We are meant to go around the track, so should be prepared for that. So we duplicate again. It's good to get a very good alignment. I'm gonna move towards this direction. Let me duplicate it again. I just want everything to be on the same line, so it be very easy for you to navigate his way through the track. Yeah, so this looks okay. So now we'll duplicate again. No, I want you to this way. Yeah, it has to be tilted a little bit. So next we're gonna move it again. I was actually thinking of creating a track, but with this I prefer this ground, this surface here. We're just gonna do the background, the terrain. So I'm gonna leave this thing I imported. So okay, let's duplicate again. So we're gonna move this one here and move this one here. I'm actually working based on the last one, so I can be able to navigate this way because we don't want something that's gonna be moving off the track. We want something that's gonna stay on the track. So from here we can know, okay, yeah, you can stay on the track, but let's just take it back a little bit to avoid further issues in future. We're just gonna be doing 2 AI cars. So first, second, and third. So it's either you're the first, you're the second, or the third. So 2 AI cars will take the rest 2 positions. Okay. Duplicate. This one is on a perfectly straight line. It's not only in a perfectly straight line, but we'll move it this way. Okay. So we duplicate this again. Okay, I think I'm just gonna have to pause the video and do it around the track. Okay, so that's 40. I got 40 spheres around this whole track. So now what we're gonna do next is this. We're gonna yeah, just select the waypoint car, and then we add component. Now the standard asset comes with a waypoint script. So whenever you click on waypoint, doing just this sphere won't do anything around the track. So you click on you just search for waypoint, you see waypoint circuit, click on it, then we'll assign all using the child object. So now we're gonna arrange it here, but I want everything to be named sphere, so we're just gonna auto rename everything. So now everything's gonna be named sphere. So now this is how it is scattered. So now we're gonna be the one arranging it by ourselves. It's going to just be like this. First of all, I'm gonna, okay, it's 39 to 40 is okay. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Oh god. Okay, it's gonna be stressful a little bit now. Adjust the something. Okay. Arrange it according to what is over here. 1, then 12 comes next. Okay, 12 comes next. I was not meant to auto rename. I'm going to use the sphere. Then when I'm done with arranging, I'm gonna auto rename. So I just got a little problem for myself, so I just have to do like that. So what we're gonna do next? What we're gonna do next is this. We're gonna continue from where we stopped. So 12. Sorry, we have 12 here. So 0, 0, 1, 12. Okay. Then we have 23. So just look at 23. Okay, let's just start from behind because it's stressful. So 35 should be on the back. Okay, I'm gonna click the V. Then okay, sorry, V. Yeah. So 40, you have 35 at the last place. We have 33 coming with 35. So we're gonna just have to arrange it that way because I actually made a mistake. I should have arranged it with the sphere because the sphere was actually arranged accurately. So the sign was just a mistake. So we're just gonna use it like that. Except you're willing to delete your whole sphere and start again, I'll just rename it from the hierarchy. Okay, so we have 32. So we are, you see, this area is already getting arranged. That's where we are now. So now we have, after 32 we have 31, then 30. Okay, from 21, okay, from 24 to 35 is okay. Okay, so 24 to 35. So we have 35 here. Okay, so I can't find my 35. Sorry, 35 is the last one. 33, 32, 31. So we're just gonna arrange it. Okay, so I'm gonna rush to the stage. Just rush to it. Okay, so that's what we're going to do now. So with this now I've compared the track, so you can see the yellow line in yellow. So you see how it goes around track, so that's where the car is gonna move. Okay, so now we're done with the putting the waypoint of one car. So let's go back to the car now. Yeah, so now what's gonna make this car move in that direction? So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna see there's an AI waypoint. We're gonna click this car. Now under the car we're gonna scroll down and you see waypoint, you see circuit. We drag the circuit, the waypoint, that's the circuit, drag it in here. So now that's the circuit is meant to follow. So now we're gonna watch this car move to know it's working. So we're gonna play the game for a while now. We're just gonna make sure that this car is actually working. So that's what we're gonna play the game. No, I don't want to maximize. I want to watch it from here. Okay, so now why is our car not moving? Okay, the mistake is that this is where our first sphere is, and the car was directly on top of the sphere. So it's meant to locate the first sphere before it starts moving. So being on top of the sphere, it can't look. It doesn't know where to go to first. So I have to move it back a little bit now. So let's watch it play now. Let me move this from maximize on play because I'm not ready to view it now. So because I want to view from the scene to know that it's moving. So let's test our game now. We're gonna show that the waypoint is working. So now we're gonna start editing now. Yeah, so it's moving. So now let's look at what the problem is. That I said that was a problem is not actually the problem. So we're gonna put it back at 0. The main problem is that when we are done with this, we're gonna select this and we're going to select everything. That's clicking the shift then the down arrow to select everything to the end. What we didn't do is that the sphere has a collider and the car must surely collide with the collider of the sphere, so we got to remove the collider of the sphere. So we're gonna just remove the components for every, and then now we're gonna remove the mesh so you can't see the sphere. So now let's try playing the game again. This time the car is gonna move freely because now, so what I said before was wrong, is because of this collider. So it's gonna work better now. So let's watch it. Yeah, it's moving. Look at the green arrow is what is making it to keep it on track, so it won't tilt in a different direction. So now it's working perfectly. So now we're done with that aspect of the tutorial. Now what we're gonna be doing now is this. We're gonna be importing other assets like the car we're gonna be using for the for the player and other things. So first of all, we're gonna be importing a texture, but I'm gonna give you a link to in the description to the texture I'm using. um I'll leave a link in the description to the texture I'm using. So I'm gonna be using this dirt floor, or do I have a sand? Let me check. Any texture is, I'm gonna leave a link in the description. Okay, let's use this one. So we're gonna drag it into a scene, and I want to put it into the assets. Yeah, the assets. So we're gonna let it import. So now what we're gonna do next is this. Under the assets we have the dirt floor. We're gonna select the terrain, then click on this brush, this paint terrain. My brush is very large, so we're just gonna drop the size to 10. Yeah, so the brush is small now. So next we're gonna paint texture, then edit terrain layers, create a layer. Now what's the name of that? That's dirt floor. Yeah, that's it. This is it. But actually the analysis comes with this, and others. So I'm actually gonna work with. Oh, should I work with this? No. Okay, let's work with the dirt floor we imported. So let's see how it looks. It's not that bad. Yeah, I like it. So with the dirt floor now, I'm gonna make it terrain a little bit pretty good. So now I'm gonna select the terrain, and I'm gonna edit terrain layer. I'm gonna set height, and I want the height of 3. No, 5. Let's work with 5. And I'm gonna increase my brush size to 20. So this is what I'm gonna be doing. I'm just gonna be creating the hill around the track. Then I'm gonna smoothen it because I'm doing the whole terrain. Why I'm doing this is to avoid the people from actually leaving the track. So I'm just gonna I think this is just what we're gonna do now, because if I don't do it this way, people will still be able to leave the track and fall out of a wall, a little wall. So I'm just gonna create a small minimum. It looks like it's gonna be like a design, but it's actually just to block people from leaving. But people still have the ability to climb it because of the way I'm gonna do it. We're gonna smoothen the edges of this, so I'm gonna pause the video to complete it. This is a little bit of what I've done, but I know it's not perfect, but okay. So let's go back to where the car is. Yeah. Now what we're gonna do now is we're gonna smoothen the edges of this place. So click on terrain and we're gonna smooth height. I'll go with the brush of 10. This is just to prevent the car from getting stuck, or for easy retrieval when recovery when it gets stuck. We mustn't get the whole track good, but we should get the main turning points. That's a key point, because we know an accident must always occur. So that's what we're trying to prevent. But we can't actually prevent the accident, we can only make the car not to get stuck. But we're gonna do with the smoothing of the track later. Because for now we are just working on the racetrack. I would love to add trees, but I don't think the Unity assets I don't think the standard asset comes with trees. So we're still gonna check. Okay, asset comes with trees. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna click on the terrain, and we're gonna paint trees. Then we're gonna edit trees. We're gonna add a tree, but I want a dry tree, but I don't think I got that one. So we're gonna just use this. But for you guys, I believe that you guys should get a number tree, but I'm just gonna use this tree here. Then I'm gonna add. So we're gonna do mass placements of trees. I want up to 10,000 trees, and we're gonna place it scattered. Wow, trees are everywhere. So that's gonna cause so it's gonna pose a little problem. So I don't like this mass placement of trees, so I think I'm gonna delete the tree. So edit trees, remove tree. So now we're gonna add the tree again. We're gonna add tree, the same tree, but this time we're gonna reduce the amount of trees we're gonna add. Since we're gonna do mass placement of tree, we're gonna say 1000 trees. Yeah, 1000 trees are gonna be okay for me. This is better for me. I don't know for you, but whatever you like, but this is okay for me. I don't want trees everywhere. It's gonna cause a bigger problem for me. So now we're gonna wipe away some trees. So now we're gonna remove some trees and just click on the shift and moving close to the trees you want to remove, and they're gonna leave. That's trees blocking the way for the cars to pass because we don't want any obstruction on the track. So that's what we're gonna be avoiding. Any obstruction on the track, we're against it. So we're gonna just move. We're just gonna move around the track, looking for the obstructions and clearing them. Because we can't let the obstruction remain on the road because it could. It's gonna cause a little problem for us, so we're gonna have to just move around the track. So then anywhere you want to add trees, you just remove your hand from the shift and it's gonna add trees to that area. So we're just removing the trees from the road now because we don't want the cars to get stuck on the tree. Sorry. Okay. We're trying to prevent our car getting stuck on the tree. Yeah. I don't need to pause the tutorial to do this one. This one's not gonna cost me time. Just know your road and that's all. Okay, I think that's what we need to. Okay, yeah. This is some on the road here. So now I'm gonna add a little bit of tree to this side. So just gonna not as much. And it's just adding a lot of trees. So that's okay for me. I've added a lot of trees in the background in the area. So we're gonna just view it. So you can add another set of trees. But okay, yeah, just still tree on the road here. Anything is gonna obstruct our way, we're just gonna avoid it. We don't want anything that's gonna spoil a race for us, okay? Yeah, so we're gonna move every. Wow, there's something in the road over here. See? Yeah. Okay. I think that's okay for us. Okay, that's okay for us. Okay, let's see how it looks. Maybe I'll just take the position of the camera to 3. Okay, this is how it looks. Okay, it's cool. Yeah, it's cool. The camera is on this angle. So now let's move the camera to -6, and this time let's make the camera child of the car, and let's allow it move. We're gonna just go around the track to see how our car moves around the track. Let's see how cool the game is as the car moves around the track. gonna deal with that later. So now we're gonna, okay, let's deal with it now. So we're gonna, so maybe I'm just gonna drop the speed factor to 0.25 and 25, and drop the angle to 90. Okay, so let's see how that works now. So that's what we're gonna do now. So next we're gonna be working on the, so now in this part of the tutorial we're gonna go on the asset store, because now I told you in this tutorial we're gonna be importing our car. Sorry, downloading. So I'm not gonna be using the standard assets car, I want to use something different. So I'm gonna search for the realistic car kit. Still gonna leave a link in the description. Yeah, so we're gonna search for it. Yeah, I've seen what I'm looking for. So I have already downloaded it, so I've not imported into this. So what you're gonna do when you click on it is that you're gonna see this post. When I've seen the import button, you're gonna see download. When you don't download, you're gonna see the import button, then you click import. I want to make use of one of your cars. You have very cool products. You have very cool assets, sorry. So we're gonna be making use of your product, one of your assets. Yeah. We need everything here, so we're just gonna import it. Actually, don't need everything. Just need the old car, but so we're gonna wait for it to import. Okay, yeah, this has been imported. So now we're gonna go to the game. So now assets. So this is it over here, so we double click. I just want to pick one of the prefabs in it anyway. Then we go to prefabs, vehicles. This is what I want to be taken into the machine. So you're just gonna reset it to 0. Yeah. Actually, it's so the camera, we have to take the camera back to our player. The camera has to go back to sorry. Okay, I have to remove the camera from here. Okay. Now we'll take it to 0. So now this is okay for me. So bring the camera. So let me just go to the scene and adjust it properly. Double click on the camera. So now, yeah, just set this forward. Then I'm gonna tilt it a little bit. How does it look? Okay, still a little bit far. So we're gonna make it closer now. I want it okay. This is a range I wanted to be able to see. Okay, this up. So let's see how it looks. So now I'm gonna put the camera into the waypoint. Yeah. Into the car, sorry. So no, it's car into a new car. That's the old car. So now we're just gonna rename some things here, so we won't make those mistakes anymore. So we'll click this as a player car. We're gonna use this as our AI car. Okay, opponent 1 is our first opponent. We're gonna do a second opponent right now. Just gonna duplicate this. Oh no. I actually want to do something about this car. I don't really want to use the standard assets as my AI car. So I can actually go to the asset store and just look for a car and just pick it out. But I have under my assets, so I'm just gonna go to my assets and pick one that I'll be willing to use. You can use any one of your choice you're willing to use. You can use. But I have one of my assets that I use a lot when I do air games. So yeah. So we're gonna search for it. We just keep searching. Yeah, something like this. We're gonna import this one. So you can see the name Modern Touring Park Car Park. You search for it and you import. And I'm gonna import it because I want to change our opponent's car. I don't want it to use what it's using now because I don't fancy it as much. It's not. It doesn't contain any. It doesn't have any script, so it's not gonna waste a lot of time to load. It's just gonna take a few seconds and it's done. Anyway, we're at Christmas Eve. We're close to Christmas Eve. Sorry. So next thing we can, so since we have it in now, we're just gonna go under the assets, then the modern car, then the prefabs. I want this. Just take it into the scene. So now we're gonna take it to the same position as our car. So we're just gonna copy the opponent's position. Actually, I was wrong. This should be -5. Yeah, well, I've already made the code with -7. So we have to go use the -7, and that's -5 will be okay for us. -7 is what we're gonna be using now. So we're gonna copy it. We're gonna paste it under this. Okay, so now let's go to the scene and do this. With this, we're gonna align this car so we can use this. So where's the front tire and the back tire? I prefer 0. So now what we're gonna do is that yeah, it's still okay for me. What I'm gonna be doing next is that I'm gonna go under the opponent. Then you see Sky Car. First thing we're gonna do is just to click on the side car and I'm gonna put it off. So this is what we're gonna see here. So I didn't just delete it, I put it, just turned it up. Then click on the opponent and under the wheel meshes, not colliders, the wheel meshes, we're just gonna expand it so you know what the road there. Sorry. Under the wheel meshes, so we're gonna drag this. So the first one is front right, sorry. So under this car we look for the front right wheel, the tires. This is right front, so we'll drag it here. So we have front left, our left front. Good. So we select this into here. Then we need rear right, that's R. We need the rear left, that's left rear. You don't make sure you don't have a mistake in this, you just cross check it. So when you're done with that, that's all you just need to do for that place. So now we're just gonna start aligning it with the colliders. So now when you're done with that, you're just gonna go under the sky car and since I turned it off, it's okay for me. I will still delete it. So next we're gonna go to the colliders. Wheel colliders. Okay, this is body collider. We need the wheel colliders. So still with that, we're gonna wheel hubs. Yeah, the wheel hub. Sorry. So the wheel hubs, we're gonna take this and clicking it. Sorry. We have to align it to the tire. Yeah. So we're gonna move this forward. Okay. So we just move this so we're gonna move this a little bit to the back. Just use this. We do this like this. Then we select our car. Then this is what I want. It's at the center, so we're gonna just take it up. So we're gonna do the same for the other tire. Just gonna look at this tire and we see I'll just copy this. I'll put it for the rear right. No, that's rear left. This is rear right. I'll just put this here. So that's what I just wanted to do there. Then I'll click on the rear right. Bring it down a little bit. Okay, so this is 0.51 and this is 0.5, so let's just make it 0.51. It's just 0.5 is okay for me for the rear. So now everything gonna be 0.5. The height of everything is gonna be 0.5. This is how we're gonna align it so we can get the perfect and accurate It might not be very accurate, but should be okay. So let's work on the left side now. Okay, just move this a little bit inside. Just a little bit. Okay, so we just copy this. Now paste it here. So now we're gonna copy the this is where we're gonna copy. I'm gonna paste it here. So now let's see what's happened when we play the game. First of all, our car didn't even move. Okay, this guy has to be moved into the opponent for it to work. So next, with the player car, we're gonna set it out. Okay, active control. So let's start now. The active control was set inactive, so that was why the car didn't move. So let's start now. So we're just gonna take this car up to 1 so it can land on the ground. So we have that working, so we're just gonna save this scene. Let's save it as game. Okay. Yeah, so what we're just gonna do now is I'm gonna duplicate the AI car. The opponent's car, I'm gonna make it 2. Just so I'm gonna make it to this side. This is the circle. The circle will go to 7. Yeah, so now we're gonna make a duplicate of the waypoint. So that's what we're gonna put inside this player. Is this? So yeah, so that's what we got. So now this, but the waypoint is in the same direction with it, so we just gonna move it to this side. But still guys adjust it throughout the game. So what I'm just gonna do, I'm gonna turn off the terrain. So you want to see the terrain now. So let's watch what we can do to this. That's no problem. We're just gonna work on the issues on there now. So we're just gonna set this. We could just done a new one, but we are considering time. Okay, I'm actually done with it now. So we're gonna just, that's all we're gonna do for now. So now I'm gonna rename this opponent 2. So let's double click on you. Let me see if I got any good material. And I'm gonna use it to differentiate them. So we're just gonna do this. So now they have different body colors. Okay, so now this is what I just wanted to do. So now the car is already getting set, so I'll bring the material back. Yeah, so I was looking more like a car racing game now. So what we're gonna do next? Okay, so now what we're gonna be doing next is this. We're gonna be doing the main menu scene. So we're gonna save this scene, Ctrl S, sorry. So we're gonna assets, and this is where I save my scenes, right? But now I'm gonna create a new one called create folder race underscore scenes. Yeah, so now we're gonna drag in our game scene into it. So now another game scene, double click, and we're gonna create a new scene, and we're gonna name this scene main menu. I need a main menu scene, so we're gonna double click on it. So it's empty. The first thing we're gonna do is to create a UI. I'm gonna create a canvas. Next, another UI. I'm gonna create another canvas. I'm gonna create a panel. Oh no, should I need a panel or an image? So we're gonna download an image. So let's see if the access to Gus any image, then we'll see what we're gonna do about it. We're gonna say car images and search. Just as I got any of them, then we're gonna use it like that. Nah, we got no images from the car, so I'm just gonna go into Chrome. Then in the Chrome, I'm just gonna search for car images. And I will take something like this. I'm going to save. Okay. Save image as. Save it into my folder. Car race pics. Yeah. Then I'm gonna drag it. Okay. Now drag it into my drag it. I'm gonna drag it into, oh god. Okay. So I'm gonna just, I think I guys close this. I gotta close something else. Maybe VPN. Okay. So now I'm gonna drag this into the game. So just drag it here. So now what we're gonna do is this. Now we have it here. We're gonna the coverage. We're gonna create an image, UI, raw image. Then under this, we're gonna set it to stretch around the screen. So I click on Alt and then press this. You're gonna stretch around the screen. Good. So what I'm gonna do next is that I'm gonna click on this. Then the texture tab, we're gonna make it a sprite, 2D or 3D. Then we're gonna apply. Good. So now under the raw image, the texture, we're gonna drag in this. So that's what I got. You can choose any other car. I'm gonna go with this. Then next we're gonna go with our buttons. For one of them, we're gonna create 3D objects. We're gonna create a button. Sorry, UI. A button. Then we duplicate it. Ctrl D, Ctrl D. So this first button, we're gonna okay. The first button is gonna make it okay. So let's just go to the button, because this is gonna be the play button, and I want it towards this direction. I just copy everything, then move it towards this direction. Take it down a little bit. Okay, so this one we're gonna bring it down, and the last one we're gonna bring it down. Now this one we're just gonna click on this this rect 2, and we're gonna drag this towards this direction, and then this we're gonna drag it, click on this, then we're gonna drag it towards this direction like this. Okay, so let's look at it from here. Okay, it's kind of better. So now next we're gonna, under the text, we're gonna say this should be the play text, but I want it to caps lock. Then I need it black, not gray. I want it pure black. Oh, I'll make this one black, then that one white. Okay, I just work with what we have, and the size to be 20, and I want it bold. Sorry, bold, metallic. Yeah, so now we have it bold, so we're gonna do the same for the rest. This we're gonna rename it to, let me make it 20 first. We're gonna make it black, and we're gonna make it bold, and we're gonna say that this one should be about. Then the final one, we're gonna make it quit button. Basically gonna add an extra button. I think I need button for credit and other stuff, but for now let's work with this, what we got now. So we're gonna say this should be black, and I want 20 and bold. Okay, so this is what we got now. This doesn't look cool, but then now we're gonna name our game. We're gonna put the text over here. So we're gonna do the same. I'm gonna create a text UI text. I don't want text mesh. I might use text mesh before. So we're gonna anchor it to the top, Alt, and click on it. This is stretch at the top. Yeah. So we're just gonna, then we can adjust it to what we want. Then another text I'm gonna write what should I name this car? Yes, this is we're in the first of season. This is 24th of December in 2021. We're gonna set this to Christmas car racing. It doesn't have anything of Christmas in it because we don't have snow, we don't have Christmas lights. So let's just make it Christmas car. So let's just use the name Christmas car racing. And we need to make it white. Yeah, so you can make it clear. Then we're gonna anchor it to the center. Make the size to be 30, 40. Yeah, and the font to be this like this, and I want something else in that area. None of this makes sense, so we're gonna go with this, or this. Gotta go with this, so I can still get it to 50. Yeah, so let's look at it. There's a Christmas card, so now look at how cool it looks. Already we've never even started anything, so we're just gonna name the buttons, because the next round we're gonna work with the scripting of, we're gonna work with the code and other sort of thing. So we're gonna rename this one to be play. We're gonna rename this one to be about, and we're gonna rename this one to be quit. Yeah, so now I've done two things. Now we're gonna work with the scripting, creating a code that when you click the play button it takes you to the play scene, when you click the about button it takes you to the about scene, when you click the quit button it takes you to the quit scene. What I actually wanted us to get, well, we would have done that, but I don't think so again. But we should still do that, but I'll think about it. So we should go with the play, about, and quit. Play, about, and quit. So what we're gonna do first is the play. So we're gonna create a script, it's a C# script. So create a folder, and the folder we call it scripts. Another folder, we're gonna create a C# script. I'm gonna call it scene changer. Sorry. Scene changer. Enter. You can actually use Visual Studio Code to do your coding for this, but I'm gonna working with Visual Studio Code to do mine. So we're gonna wait for it to load, and we're gonna open the code and start program. So we're gonna open this. So it's gonna take a few minutes and it's gonna load. It's actually very cool outlook. Yeah, so it's opening. Yeah, so what we're gonna do first is I'm gonna take away everything in the public in the scene changer class. I'm just gonna delete everything here. Got it. So the first thing we're gonna do, oh good. First thing we're gonna do is using Unity engine dot scene management. So now the first thing we're gonna do is a public void. We're gonna call this play. Yeah, replacing. Yeah, play. Then we're gonna create, yeah, so we're gonna say scene manager dot load scene, scene in brackets. So we're gonna do play scene should be the scene. You got the first scene is the main menu, so play should be the second scene. Wow, yeah, so make it one. It starts from then semicolon. So next we're gonna do the main menu. Okay, we're just gonna start with that because that's 0. Public void main menu. So now you're gonna say scene manager dot load scene in the brackets 0. Okay, 0 1. Okay, then the next one we're gonna do is we have the about scene. About scene is number 2. Yeah. So public void about. And we're gonna say scene manager dot load scene. We're gonna say 2. Sorry, 2. And finally we're gonna say public void quit. What you're gonna do is very simple. Just do application dot quit. Okay, so we're not gonna save this yet. What I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna go back to okay. Let's confirm our code is okay. So now we're gonna go back to the Unity. Now what we're gonna do here is this. We'll go to the file, build settings, and the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm having a little challenge with my system. These things come on. So what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna go under the assets. Sorry, our since we created, and we named ours race sense. Then we drag in the main menu to be 0. So it's 0. Then the game scene is our play. Should be 1. So now we're gonna look for an about scene and the quit scene. So quit doesn't need a scene, it's an about. So we're gonna create another scene. We're gonna create a scene. Yeah, I'll call this about. So we're gonna make this one century. So we go to file, view setting, and about should be the third scene. So that's all we need to do. So now what we're gonna do next is this. We're gonna create an object. We create an empty object. I'm gonna reset it. Now we're gonna go to the scripts and drag the scene changer into it, and I'm gonna save. Go to the scene changer. Yeah, so I've not saved it. Go over to the scene changer and save, and go back to my game. So I'm gonna let it load for a while. So you're just gonna go a little bit of loading, then that's all that. So now it's loaded. So we're gonna you can hear we see that we got it here. So now what we're gonna do is another play. The next thing we're gonna do another play button. We're gonna add, and we're gonna drag. What are we adding? we're gonna say the game object, we're gonna drag it. Now game object, the game object contains the code that the program we just finished doing now. So what we're gonna do is, so under the no function, you see scene changer, then the play is a play. Okay, so we'll go to about, we'll add the game. Sorry, just remember to just drag this in. So dragging the game object, no function, then you say scene changer, then about. Yeah, so we'll do the about one, then the quit, we'll add the game, we'll drag the game object. Well, the quit doesn't actually work in the Unity editor, so when you're done with your game and you want to build it, that's when you know how the quit actually works. So you can't actually test the quit actually till you're done with your game. So next we have the, why well, the quit, so we have the quit here. So we got a quit and every other thing. So our scene is set. So we're gonna have to start it up, but before then, click on the play. I want to have a press color. So when it's pressed, I want the color to turn red, no green. Just something like this. When it's pressed, and when it's highlighted, I want it to be green. Was somewhere here. Yeah, something like this. So let's test the game. So I've actually pressed it, so let's see if it's working. So now the main menu, so we're gonna go to about scene and edit the about scene. So we'll go to the scenes, looking for more reasons, and we'll go to the about. We save this. In the about scene, what we're just gonna do is we're gonna create another empty object, reset it. So what we're gonna do is the script, drag it in. Then here we're gonna create a under you are gonna create a panel. There's a panel should stretch around the whole building. Then under the panel we're gonna create a text. Text. Now what we're gonna write here is something like, okay, good day, this is okay, or something like this. Christmas car racing. Okay, so now what we didn't do is that we didn't stretch this. We're meant to stretch this about. So we're gonna do out, then this. So yeah, so Christmas car racing is a game that was created a day before Christmas. You can write something cool. Well, this one I'm just gonna do because it's just for the tutorial sake. So you can write something cool there. So then I just leave that there. Then I'm gonna create a button under this panel. Create an empty. You'll create UR button. Yeah. So what we're gonna do with the button is we're gonna just drag the script and you click the button. Then we go down. We add this empty game object we created. No function, scene changer, main menu. So let's play it. So if it takes us in the main menu, we're done with this place. So now we'll focus on our car racing game. Yeah, it works. It takes us here, takes us here. So play. So we're just gonna work on the colors of those ones. Okay, our game is getting started already. So next we're gonna say we've gone far in the game already, so we're just gonna do a little bit of things and we're almost done with this game. So the next thing we're gonna text button, the button, no, not here, I'm done with this thing. So we're just gonna go back to my race sense and then go back to my main menu. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna click I'm gonna do yeah, I'm gonna click on the about. Then the press color should be red. Highlighted color should be red, but not red, orange. Yeah, no, that's for the quits. Let me give that to quits. Quits should be like that. Then highlighted color should be orange. Yeah, so about should be blue. Then this one should be still be blue, but somewhere here. Okay, now this is just what we need for, we're done with the main menu scene. We don't have any business to the main menu and the about, so we're going to work on our game. Now we're going to be doing race positioning and all of that. So you see it works. If you click it turns blue, if you click this it turns here. So we're going back to our game. So we're just going to save this and we're going back to game. So in this part where we go back to our game scene, we should be working on our race positioning. So I'm just gonna go back to this place and look for a flag. Yeah, I got the flag here, so I'm just gonna drag it into the game. Just some assets. Yeah, so if I'm gonna do the flag later on, but let me just do it now. Just create an empty and call it F2 and go from flag. Then I'm gonna reset the position. So I'm gonna create cylinder and duplicate it. So where's the first one? Sorry, delete it. So we're gonna just do this. Gonna take it up. Just to get it a bit up. Yeah, I think that's better. Then I'm gonna drop the size. You're gonna make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, so now we're gonna create a plane. Just take it up. Then we're gonna tilt it. I'm sorry. Oh. Okay. So now we're gonna drop the size. Yeah, I'm just taking my time to do this. So yeah, let's see how it looks now. Okay, this should be enough for me. No, still a little bit far. A very variant form, and it's actually not on top of the right place. So okay, I've aligned it. So next I'm gonna just do this. So on the plane, I'm gonna drag this flag into the plane. So it's gonna turn like this. So now what I'm gonna do is that it's gonna create a material, a flag material. So click on the flag material, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the tiling. We're gonna say 4. No, let's make it 5. No, let's make it 9. Let's make it 10 and 10. That's much. 5. Still much. 2. Let's make it 1 and 20. Okay, this looks like it looks more like a race car. So now this glue is okay for me. So now we are actually almost done with our race. The last thing remaining for us to do is to do our race positioning, and we're done with our simple car racing game. So get prepared for that. So now we're gonna be testing our game finally before we're done with the game. Let's just test this. I'm showing you today. Thanks for going to the tutorial. Please like, share, support my tutorial by liking, by sharing, by subscribing. Keep the subscribe button to support me. Thank you for watching.